Hello, guys. Today, hope you guys had a great Christmas. The day after Christmas, today we are going to be talking about the Cubs' overall off season so far. And they recently signed some people: Phil Maiden, Jacob Webb, a couple other ones. But the issue is, this is actually great for overall veteran presence throughout the club's organization and the Cubs organization too. But the thing is, we also need a lockdown reliever, and I think those could add some depth. But we need just one, like, solid one reliever to come into like the eighth inning and just get 6 outs, or even three. But we need like a long stretch reliever, like 6 outs, and that's still like manageable, solid, not like 50 pitches, like 20 or 40. And yeah, we need someone like that, because a guy like Kyle Finnegan, David Bednar. The only thing is they recently signed, specifically with Kyle Finnegan. He recently signed with the Tigers in this December, so literally this month. But guys like that, and that would really help us keep lockdown and just get 6 outs, 6 quality outs from a closer. And that would really help us specifically for a playoff push next year, because I really think if it makes sense and everything, a couple more signings, maybe some key bats, but honestly our bats are pretty good. So more focus on pitching, and I really think it can be a deeper playoff push. Like, maybe we could go for the pennant, but that is a little bit of a stretch. But we were really close this year, so you never know. Secondly, I want to talk about Justin Steele. Justin Steele, he had a hard year, just because he didn't really play. So I really think he'll have a bounce back year. He'll have a really good bounce back year, because it's really hard to come back from a torn ACL or like a torn meniscus, I'm pretty sure, that he had early on in the year. I think it might have been in spring training, or maybe early April when they started the season. But I think he will come back good, and with the Cade Horton help, which literally he almost won the NL. He almost won the NL Rookie of the Year, or won, and then he won the NL Rookie of the Year. Sorry if that's wrong. I'm pretty sure it's right. But that would really help. He was really good bullpen help. No, not bullpen. Sorry. It was a very good number one starter, and Matthew Boyd had a really good year. Kind of a little decline at the very end of the season, but really good. And those three would be really good. We kind of need a guy. The Cubs kind of need a guy like Mackenzie Gore. There's been some trade rumors, trade talks around Mackenzie Gore going to the Cubs. The only thing is, there's some like top prospects, because we brought up the ballot. Owen Casey. We brought up Owen Casey. Solid. I think he has some upside. Because even though there wasn't that much to show for, and I think he only hit like one home run, but it was a solid series, decent defense in center field. But because he started his MLB debut was in Toronto against the Blue Jays, but I still think it's that solid upside for that. Valerjos, he was really good. That'll be a very good 2026, I think. And I think Mackenzie Gore would just be a good signing, because we need that depth. And well, we already have a decent amount of depth, but I think we need someone else because Shodi Mananga I think got released on waivers. Ben Brown, I mean those guys are solid, but I think Mackenzie Gore has really had a good 2025 season and really bounced back because the first couple years he was on the Nationals not as good, but now he's actually showing promise, and I think we could just give him like 4 years, maybe like 3 or 4 years, like 25-30 million. So if it's 4 years, 30 million, I mean that's a solid contract, and I think Mackenzie Gore would be a really good fit, and I think he would really help because it's another lefty in the line. It's another lefty in the pitching staff, and that would specifically be a good replacement for Shodi Mananga unless he comes back onto the Cubs roster because they're both lefty, and he's got a really good curveball. Mackenzie Gore, solid fastball, not insane velocity, but still like mid 90s, and yeah, and he helped the Nationals actually improve their record and just become better overall in the 2025 season. Next, I'm going to be talking about just the overall lineup because Kyle Tucker, it's less likely for the Cubs to re-sign Kyle Tucker, but there could be a chance. But he is going to get a massive contract at some point. Probably not this week because it's almost 2026, but in the early months of 2026 next year. But I really think our lineup is solid. There's good power, and I think they've addressed, like I was already talking about, the bullpen. I think they've addressed the bullpen issues pretty good. Just need like one or two. Honestly, just one more solid lockdown reliever. But I really think they've addressed like a decent amount of their issues. But they also, because if they get Mackenzie Gore, we just need him to have a solid year, and that could help us because he's a solid rising, and just has good stuff, and was doing a good year for the Nationals this year. But besides that, we have a good outfield. Matt Shaw, they're all solid contact. And the good thing now is if Michael Busch continues to be the guy that leads our team, the Cubs, in home runs, that would be insane because he had 34 home runs this year, which is really good. Because last year we had good power, but not as much because it just wasn't. It was kind of like a rebuild, but now we're in full swing. We don't need a rebuild anymore. I think it'll be really good, and yeah, I think it's very good. I think it's a good start to the offseason so far, and I have high hopes because I really think the Cubs can go far, and there's still some issues, but I think once they get if they get Mackenzie Gore, if they get another lethal bat, because Kyle Schwarber, Pete Alonso, those guys aren't coming here, but and they already signed with the Phillies and the Orioles, but bats just another little maybe another utility guy, infielder, maybe add more depth. Like the Chicago White Sox just got the Japanese player that hit 56 home runs in the Japanese league, and that's a solid signing. But we're not talking about the White Sox. But I really think there's high hopes for the Cubs and solid start for the offseason. And yeah, I really think they could go far. They were close, but they just needed a little more offense. And yeah, I think they'll have a better year next year. But they need to sign a couple more players and address a couple more issues, but I think it's going good so far. And our next episode will just be on our next episode will be basing off more of the Cubs, and I will see you guys every week around, today's Friday, but every week around Saturdays, probably Saturday mornings. And yeah, tune in to Barrett's Cubs podcast. See you guys soon.